The thing that I liked most about Michael Jordan as a player was the fact that I didn't have to try to guard him. If you had a poor defensive scheme, he was going to fill the hoop up until you either figured it out or the game was over and you lost the game. Some of his acrobatic drives to the hoop are just remarkable. You know, he can get past the defense and use a little bit of English off of the glass. The ball drops in so nice. It takes some really advanced skills to do that consistently. The 1988 All-Star Game was a showcase for Michael. Michael had figured out all the things he needed to know to be a dominant player. Everything. One-on-one, couldn't guard him. What Michael Jordan showed the whole sports world was the fact that you put the right people with him, he's going to lead them to world championships, without question. He was a prime example of excellence and a leader that would lead you all the way to the top, all the way to the top. That was basketball at its finest.
What's up, YouTube? Back with another video, and today we got episode 4 of my Hall of Fame Jordan Challenge playthrough, and we have the 1988 All-Star Game. And in this one, I needed to get 40 points, 3 assists, and 8 rebounds, and win. The hardest part of this challenge was by far getting the 8 rebounds, because you got guys like Moses Malone, Hakeem, Karl Malone, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar off the bench, so it could be hard getting rebounds over those guys, but I was able to do it. On offense, I used the flip push freelance in this one, get Jordan some lobs. I also switched up the playbook too. I used the Heat playbook. I had some pretty nice plays to get some backdoor cuts and get Jordan some dunks. I called a couple 3-point plays for Bird, and I also used Jordan in the post a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the intro. As always, hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.
I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this terrific city has produced some greats, and 4 of them playing tonight.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The Windy City, Chicago,
Damn, you get a rebound, bro.
Isaiah Thomas, Doc Rivers, and Mark Aguirre, all All-Stars, and I'm sure they've got plenty of family and friends in attendance to enjoy their performance on the court.
Yep, so much to celebrate. And Clark, is there
he got bumped at the last second.
Like,
come
Chicago-type player?
Well, I certainly do believe there's a common thread. When playing outside or outdoors in the Windy City, the perimeter shot can easily get blown off course. So you got to be able to get that thing to the rack and in a straight line fashion. And that's something all Chicago players share in common.
A lot of high flyers, you're right. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle,
I gotta take the middies because they're gonna drop to the paint.
Malone inside, and Dominic Wilkins with Larry Bird the forward.
Oh yeah, look at Bird.
Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
Now, here's Hogan. And it's Jordan at the jam. And third last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. So the East able to put the first points up on the board. And the pass to Thomas. Shot clock at 6.
I should have just took him with the dribbling also.
High post try, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Jordan.
Board.
Shot by Johnson, no good. Clark, you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads. They've become really
move, Isaiah.
Lieber defending Jordan. What can you do?
Great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. So the timeout taken here, the first for the... First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Malone against English. The shot by Johnson, no good. And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday. Clark, can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
True that.
He is the true definition.
Shit out here, nigga.
Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
Pass to Bird. Back to Jordan.
Damn.
Lever with the steal. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Olajuwon.
Lord,
Can't stop
let's go.
this drought. Another miss. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and fire.
No, that was supposed to go to Malone. What are you, yo, the passing on this game is so bad.
Jordan, showtime.
Hey, get off me.
Well, here's that fast break. You know, who do you go defend against, Jordan or Wilkins? He made the wrong decision.
It was the sharpshooter, Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an all-star.
The Tennessee Volunteers should be here.
Do that. Lord, let's go, Jordan.
Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Filet B.
A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. English against Wilkins. English, no good.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
1:30 left to play here in the first. Lobs it up for Jordan.
Wow, he got that?
English with the
What?
steal. And Michael Jordan won the dunk contest last night, and man, was it great. What a thriller. He and Dominic Clark put on a great show, and you could tell they both wanted it.
Tonight, and that was Larry Bird taking home the trophy in the three-point shootout. And he didn't even need to take off his warm-ups to handle his business.
Clark, somebody told me he looked at the rest of the competitors and said, okay, who's going to be in second place here? Who's going to finish behind me?
Sounds just like him.
Oh, I can't get that.
Malone kicks to Drexler.
That's good. Oh, he missed.
They can
Yeah, I
use the
couldn't get
bucket. Malone gets the bucket. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
Pass to Wilkins. And Jordan has it in the corner. Malone passes to Jordan. Over Drexler. Look at the soft touch of Michael Jordan. Clark admits this All-Star celebration. Labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some.
Oh, wow.
Please make it happen soon. And Kareem at 40, still handling his business, getting it done. 15 points a game on 54% shooting from the field. For a 40-year-old, that is excellent production from the center position.
Here's Jordan. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Michael Jordan using that strength of his to get into the defense to draw the foul on the way up.
The East All-Stars shooting their first free throws here for the night. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
And so it's Michael and the MVP hardware.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star game.
Wilkins finds Jordan. Pass to Bird. Three-pointer.
Ain't no way I just missed that.
And so it's Lever who brings up the ball for the West All-Stars.
Dang, Malone with the board.
We've got Dominic Wilkins. Jordan is out there with Thomas. And it's Bird, and it's Malone in at the 5.
That's
So
a
the
lead.
5 in the game for the East All-Stars. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics.
Well, we see what Larry Bird said, that he's going to look for Michael Jordan because he feels it's appropriate. This is Michael's hometown, that he should be MVP. The
First All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th game. No one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Magic Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual. David, thank you. And Kareem's coming out here, Clark, after spending 2 days in bed with strep throat. I mean, it's remarkable.
And Kevin, that's exactly the pride Magic was talking about, and that's why.
Yeah, Bird can't do nothing about that. Yeah, push that nigga, Bird. Not gonna baby you like that.
The leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
get him back right here, Bird.
Kareem looking to set the career record for All-Star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you gotta love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for
Get him back right here, Bird. All right.
A good one. And here early, Clark, the East champs. Malone's checked in. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Outside, Aguirre. Drexler high post. Poked loose. And here is Jordan. He's got 16. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Lobs it up for Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
Drexler with it. Wilkins picks him up. Just 5 to shoot. Aguirre kicks to Johnson, and the basket is good. And Magic Johnson, Clark, made it clear coming into this game that he wanted the challenge of defending the great Michael Jordan.
He certainly did, and the West as a team will certainly...
Show on the range, Bird. Show on the range, Bird.
That is going to be fun to watch. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And, you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point. Malone at the elbow. Back to Jordan. Michael Jordan showing the explosiveness that won in the dunk contest last night.
You know, this is why Moses Malone's teammates like playing with him, because when they're uncovered and open, he finds them.
To the middle. Olajuwon passes to Johnson. Back to Olajuwon. Johnson with it.
No foul.
Olajuwon trying to break
Lord Jordan, let's go.
Shot is off. Jordan down low. Johnson on him. Now Jordan. Thomas surveying the D. Back to Jordan. Malone
Hey.
free. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon.
You know, there's so much that's amazing to me about Jordan, but his endurance stands out. He consistently gets stronger it seems, as the game goes on.
So for the West, Donaldson, he's checked in for Elijah. English comes in for Aguirre. And Levers subbed in for Clyde Drexel. Here's English. And English with the stop.
You know, people said Alex English was too light of frame, too skinny, not athletic enough. Well, how about this? He's playing in his 7th straight All-Star game. So much for being too skinny.
Lobs it up for Jordan. And Jordan throws it down.
No doubt about the brilliance of Jordan as a player. Outstanding at knowing when to go get that alley-oop.
The West trails by 17. Here's Lever. No points in the game yet for him. Malone with the screen. The 8-footer. Jump shot is good.
And making his All-Star debut in his 3rd year in the league, Karl Malone, one of 4 players in the NBA, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds a game.
Outside Thomas. Deflects the pass. And is out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Lever.
Boy, that's textbook defense there. Nice timing to get that steal.
James Worthy's checked in for the West. And they double up Jordan. Outside Thomas. Beyond the arc. West All-Stars with the rebound. 20 seconds left in the first half. Shakes him. That's good from Worthy on the assist by English. Worthy's got his first bucket of the night. Well, Clark, there was some question whether James Worthy would actually play in this All-Star game.
Yeah, he's dealing with some tendonitis in his knee, and because of that, I think his minutes very well could be limited.
Yeah, he's got to pay attention to the big picture.
Yep.
And so it's the East All-Star. 13 points up at the end of the period. Here's Thomas. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Brad Nelson. They've got Lever. Malone is out there with English. Then it's Elijah Wan, and it's Johnson in at the point guard. Outside Lever. He feeds it to Malone. And Malone gets double teamed. And the foul called on Larry Bird. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And the West All-Stars have possession. Trailing by 13. Fade away.
Good pressure.
Move, Isaiah.
Giving the shooter any room.
Enzo Jordan will bring it up for the East All-Stars.
I ain't want to cross over.
Lever inside. He's guarded by Thomas. English against Wilkins. English the pass to Malone. Shoots over Bird. Malone misses. And of the players in tonight's All-Star game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
But how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years.
Oh my
If
God,
he was
bro.
to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times.
Here's Elijah Wan. And it's the East with the rebound. Malone's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And the clock not in Kareem's favor as far as setting this record, Clark.
And he's not even on the floor. The West has to at least give him that chance. Not surprising at all to see Jordan piling up points, playing with a lot of determination and grit, and insisting on being aggressive looking for his shots.
High post Johnson.
Oh, foul. Oh, snatch block.
Poked away.
Oh, he almost
6 on the shot clock. Fades back, and that one is good. Jordan's got 28 points for the game.
And we know Jordan is a master from the mid-range, whether he's squared up or falling away. You feel like it's going to splash.
And Clark, a slow start, but Michael Jordan is beginning now to get some momentum and heating up.
And the fans starting to take notice. They're feeling it a little bit, making some noise. They're certainly hoping he can make it happen.
Thomas dishes to Wilkins. Jordan inside. He's against Olajuwon.
I could have took a midi right there.
Jordan is inside. Really good at angling his body to pick up the foul call.
East All-Stars have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. So for the and both free throws good for Jordan. And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show.
Johnson outside. 6 to shoot. With the putback.
Oh my
It's
God.
good on the putback. Malone's got 6.
And you know, before every game, Karl Malone calls his mother back in Summerfield, Louisiana, to ask what numbers he should shoot for. Tonight, she said go for 25 and 11.
Drexler against Jordan.
Of course he steals the ball around while the pass.
Johnson kicks to Malone.
Move, Malone! Oh my God, bro.
East leading by 15. Jordan with the ball. And Abdul-Jabbar picks him up defensively. Domination on the glass by Moses Malone. And Moses Malone Clark, the wily veteran for the Washington Bullets.
And you know, Kevin, his coach Wes Unseld says Malone has really added a level of aggressiveness to the Washington Bullets.
And he brings Clark a championship pedigree to the team.
No doubt.
On Kareem running low on time to set that scoring record, Clark.
Kevin, there's still enough time left in my mind for him to do it. I would love to see it happen. No guarantees that he gets back to this game next year.
I ain't gonna do that, but let's get to the line.
The East All-Stars shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. James Worthy's checked in for Malone. And so Jordan nails both of them. There's 1:34 left to play in the 3rd. And he's going up for the alley-oop. The vision of Magic Johnson is unsurpassed. And James Worthy here in Clark, his 3rd All-Star game.
Yeah, I was part of the '82 draft when Worthy was the #1 pick.
1:53 on the clock. Michael Jordan gets the basket. He's got 34 points and has just about had that seal on the MVP award.
Where were you taking?
I was #8, Kevin.
That's right.
#8.
That's right. I knew that. I just want you to boast a little bit. And for a report on the center position, we take you over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, one of the big stories this weekend is the matchup of Moses Malone and Hakeem Olajuwon. Of course, Moses helped Hakeem a lot when he was starting in the game. He worked with him down in Houston in the summertime on low post.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh my God!
Is he having fun? Patrick Ewing and Doc Rivers. Now watch Jordan on this play right there. What an athlete.
Kevin, back to you.
That's a good story, D.A. And there is that handoff, which is so historic to watch. Hakeem Olajuwon, by the way, Clark got the 3rd most All-Star votes this year.
Which indicates how much the fans are
Oh, he made
to
that.
recognize and appreciate his excellence. There's a reason that Olajuwon was drafted ahead of Michael Jordan. He's got a lot of game and clearly on his way to being one of the all-time greats. And in this day and age, you've got to have a dominant center to be able to compete for championships.
He is indeed a very special player. You're right. And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting him touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable.
Shoot this, I'll
of
get the
getting there.
rebound. Hurry up.
Drexler. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Michael Jordan, finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. How about this? 36 games above 500 combined.
Wilkins is out there with Bird. Then there's Moses Malone. Then there's Thomas. And it's Jordan in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. And here's Malone. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. Fades. Michael Jordan again. Jordan's got
40 points for Michael Jordan. Here it is again.
Don't have to say a word about this. Just look at this.
3 points. Well, you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoffs.
And, you know, Chicago got off to that great start, Kevin. Then they cooled off just a bit. Now tied with Detroit at 3 games behind Atlanta. Those teams are breaked up.
Yo, y'all ODing, bro.
By 21. Down the stretch here, the East Clark out in front.
Getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch. Entertaining from both sides.
Sure has been. And the first one drops.
At the line.
And both free throws good for Jordan. So it's the West now. Offensively, Clark, things have sort of fallen apart for him.
And they need to recover as soon as possible.
Elijah Wan.
Of course he.
Nice play by Elijah. They're getting the shot off while still drawing contact.
First free throw is good.
First team foul. Shooting for West All-Stars.
Elijah Wan drops them both. It's been a one-sided affair for sure.
It is obvious and clear who the better team is.
And here's Bird for 3.
That's early.
Not gonna go that time. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. It's Lever on the wing. Defended by Bird. The feed to Elijah Wan. And, well, that looks like an intentional foul there. Any idea why, Clark?
No idea at all, Kevin. I mean, maybe he wanted a break. Come on, man. I assume he'll be hearing about that one because that was not a good play.
Lever finds Malone. English with the ball. 5 on the clock.
And after the Central Division,
Let's go,
the
Jordan
Midwest
Snag.
has been the second most competitive division. Those teams are sitting at 10 games over 500.
Let's go, Jordan. 1 rebound. Let's go.
Score for the Hawks, no question about that. And he's embraced that leadership role as well. Obviously, a huge part of the Hawks' success.
There's the pass to Lever. Back to Johnson. And here is Lever. Some nice passing here by the West. Johnson down low, guarded by Jordan. Johnson can't get it to go. And Clark in the Midwest, those Rockets are really making a push.
And they're doing it.
And it's a new single-game record in scoring for the All-Star game. Set right in front of us by Michael Jordan.
What an incredible athlete, Kevin. And it seems whatever he sets his mind to do, he can do it. Impressive.
Here's Elijah Wan. Elijah Wan with incredible footwork for a big man.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and
I'm just shooting so I could give them the ball. I just need 1 rebound.
Tonight. Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain. And Commissioner David Stern in the house tonight. Since taking over 4 years ago, he's done a remarkable job helping guide this league to new unprecedented
heights. Here we go.
Exactly. With the second,
yo, you
Elijah Wan's shot is good.
Bro. Like, why did it have to land right there? It couldn't land on the left?
And Clark, when you look at Akeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
I tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd paying huge dividends. They're certainly on the rise in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like those moves.
I don't think there was any question about that being a foul.
The first one falls. One thing the league has done since Commissioner Stern has taken over, Clark, is really marketing the league around its stars. And I like that type of strategy.
I agree with you, Kevin, wholeheartedly. And what better time to highlight those great stars than tonight? Amazing.
Well, you're supposed to move, Bird.
Compelling personalities. The league is is certainly on a great trajectory.
It absolutely is.
West All-Stars foul. James Donaldson.
And the first one at the line is good. So for the West, Olajuwon's check in for Donaldson. Drexler comes in for English. And it's Johnson in for Lever. Now, here's Johnson. Olajuwon on the wing. Back to Johnson. Olajuwon against Malone. Johnson, the pass to Drexler. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
2 minutes.
The West All-Stars
Oh,
need
that's
to
the
get
shot.
a shot off here. And the shot goes in from McGuire.
And the Mavericks' Mark McGuire actually got married last night. How about that? A big weekend for the DePaul product.
Yo.
And that was a foul. No question about it.
First personal.
And he makes the first. Donaldson, he's checked in for the West. Daniel comes in for Magic Johnson. So he gets them both. And it's Drexler with the ball for the West. Passes to Aguirre. Unable to get
Let's
that
go.
one. Jordan with some nice D.
Ah.
And here are the East All-Stars now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Let's go, Bird. Hey.
Goes to the fadeaway and cleans it. And Larry Bird winning 3 straight MVP awards from 1983 to 1986.
Crossover.
You know who the last player was to do that?
I'm going back to the 60s. Something. You tell me.
Yeah,
I know
that's
you
Bill
know.
Russell.
Yeah, right,
It's
of
Bill
course.
Russell, 1960 to 63.
Of course. I'm glad we bring him up. A legend.
Yep.
Bird looking it over. Back to Jordan. Over Aguirre. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got 52 points.
And Jordan's jumper, simply wet. Love watching him rise up and knock it down.
And the foul called on Michael Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
.51 seconds left in the fourth. And
Oh, yeah, give me.
by Jordan.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
And that's your three-point shooting champion, Larry Bird.
Larry Bird had it going last night at the Legends game, trying to fill it up tonight as well.
Oh.
Pass to McDaniel. Here's Donaldson, guarded by Malone. And he gets the bucket. And in his 8th season in the NBA, James Donaldson making Clark his first All-Star appearance.
And you know, Kevin, before his NBA career, he actually played his first professional season in Italy. So he's taken the path less traveled for sure.
He said, "Arrivederci" to Italy to come to the NBA.
Yes, he did.
Drexler outside.
GG's.
The favorites coming in.
For Billy Cunningham, Pat O'Brien, and James Brown, this is Dick Stockton saying so long from Chicago Stadium, where the East wins the All-Star game. Coming up next, it's final round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am Golf Tournament. The NBA on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest player in the world today has a Chicago address. His name is Michael Jordan, our MVP for the 38th Annual All-Star Game. For the presentation, here's NBA Commissioner David Stern.
Michael, I know you enjoyed your weekend in a League of Stars and a Game of Stars. You were the star of stars. Congratulations on being the 1988 All-Star MVP.
It's your trophy. Go ahead. One more presentation. Bob Toledo from Miller Brewing Company.
Michael, on behalf of the Miller Brewing Company and Miller Lite, congratulations for being selected the MVP. And on behalf and in your name, we're going to contribute $5,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Month. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bob. How was your weekend, Michael?
It was great. I think it started off well. I'd like to thank the NBA for bringing the All-Star game to the city of Chicago. I think the fans are great, and I think everybody in the NBA and fans from all over the United States can see how much I love to play in Chicago.
Your parents are behind you. Congratulations. Let's go back to you, Dick.
Thank you very much, Pat.